And if I was thinking of people in Belfast who I would talk to about this stuff, there are a few, but nobody who's doing what we're doing, really.
Yeah.
One particular person who I've yet to meet, even though we live in the same city. We've talked about going out for a drink. Maybe I'll even have him on this at some point. You remember Stealth CT? Maybe you met him before. Yeah. He's a smart, very creative guy. Like, I mean, me and him spitball a lot of ideas as well. And like, even over Christmas, like, I mean, a lot of his stuff goes like unnoticed because like, I don't know. It's just one of those injustices. But he is like brilliant with like stream, like ideas, like tricks, creative ways of approaching stuff. Like, I'll show you some of his stuff at some point. Just the stream he did. I was watching one of his old streams. He did at Christmas this morning, and he was showing how to take a webcam against a green screen and basically the way he animated it. So I made him this like scene transition. He plays a lot of, he used to play a lot of Splatoon 2, and he asked me to make him a Splatoon themed animation, and I was gonna find it there, but I've no idea. So he asked me to make him this scene transition. And in the transition, like all this, like, you know what Splatoon's like? It's all splatter and paint. It goes all over the screen. It's very cartoony and stuff. So I like animated a lot of like fake kind of paint stuff, and it all splatters on the screen and then like washes off. So he like took the last bit where it washes off and he like angled it. And if you can imagine like me getting like covered in paint right now, and then as all the paint drips down, I've disappeared. So he like, that sounds mad, doesn't it? Like, but he like figured out, he showed it to me, but he didn't show me how he did it. So he just showed me like a quick, like a kind of example of it over Christmas, or maybe it was November. And I remember looking at it and I was like, how did you do that? And then he just didn't like get back. He didn't tell me. He didn't like keep it from me, but like he was busy. Yeah. Like I was like, challenge accepted. So I like figured out how to do it. And then I was watching him. He just showed everyone how to put it all together. And I was like, that is literally like, he understands why I do those tutorials, is that so it's not a shot at anybody, but nobody is like, if someone does like something on their stream, you can't be like, oh, you're stealing that from this guy. It's like, you know, if we want to be that picky, we can go, oh, you've got a webcam on your stream, so you're just like copying, this guy's got a webcam on his stream. You know, it's like, if a tool has been made or a technique is out there, if you paint your house blue and someone across the street paints their house blue, they don't have copyright to the color blue or paint on a house. You know, it's like, it's a tool, it's something that's out there. And for an industry that is, you know, that success and community go hand in hand, for that to be, you know, a matter of fact in the streaming and content creation industry, you can't be precious about, you know, a trick that you do on your stream. If that is if those are the most, you know, integral parts of your stream, then you need to grow more on your stream. Do you know what I mean? Like, 100%. It's like, don't get rid of them, you know, keep them, embrace them, tweet them or whatever, like, but you know, kind of basically embrace other people, you know, learning these things, you know, like I learned how to do that thing, that goo thing that Stealth did just from him showing a picture to me. He didn't tell me anything about it. I was just like, I'm going to figure this out. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do when I'm going to figure this out. And it drove me crazy. And like, I should have thanked him, because like, it was that kind of like that feeling that you had whenever you were talking to the Dota guys, where I was just like, what is this? Like, what am I? And especially you showed it to him, and I was like, I was at a point as well where I was like, I feel like there's nothing new or interesting being done in terms of like, you know, visual like trickery and stuff like that in streaming industry. sure, you can do it all in content creation and, you know, like in post, but like to do stuff like that live is so, I don't think people realize how exciting that is, because it's really difficult to do a lot of the time, because the infrastructure is just not set up to like make that stuff accessible or easy. So like him showing me that, I was just like felt the sparks in my brain, like
that was
crazy.
your light bulb moment.
Yeah, like for sure. So like, you know, like the reason all those tutorials that I started doing them was like even further back when I was doing like the time travel stuff on my stream when I was streaming.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had like Gertie come in and he would like send me to like the hand-drawn dimension where I was
that was so good.
That was like a card or a crayon version of me. And like he'd misspelt, like he'd like tried to do my background, but he like accidentally wrote Defrag instead of Defrag, and he like scribbled out the E and put an A. And I was like, why did you, like, you know how to spell my name, you idiot?
Yeah.
And like stuff like that. And then like the Cowboy Bebop raid thing that I did, which was like, you know, 80 scenes, like all live going on. People are like, is this live? It's like, why not just record it? It's like, because you can do it live. Like, I just recreated the Cowboy Bebop intro and I'm in it instead of Cowboy Bebop, you know, as I am right now. And I remember people coming in. There was one guy and his name was Riak. I haven't seen him in a long time, but like he was like, I was like recreating your raid scene. I was like, right, cool, great. You know, I was like, you know, because he was just, it's like, you know, when you see a technique, you know, that you want to learn, you can A, follow a tutorial on how to do that technique, or B, you know, use like deduction and emulation to kind of break it down and almost replicate it to see the steps. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you can deconstruct a painting and rebuild it back up yourself, you can understand how somebody has done something, and then you have those tools to go and do something else that, you know, wouldn't be the Cowboy Bebop raid intro. It would be, you know, something else. But if you knew how to do it, you know, you've learned that from emulating something else. You know, it's not, you're not copying, you're not stealing, because it's not my, I mean, I've taken it from Cowboy Bebop, you know, I've deconstructed their idea and then used it. You know, I didn't do anything extra to it. It's literally Cowboy Bebop, just broken down into bits.
Yeah, seeing you and like the first time I met Carve 'em Up, and then the first time I also saw your stream, which was later on after Carve 'em Up. That's when I was like, that's what blew my mind. Because before, like when I started streaming, or you know, when I was streaming before I met you guys, I was, you know, it was just stream, just show up and do your thing and play video games and have fun.
That's it.
And then I met Carve 'em Up. And then I saw his raid. I was like, what is this? This is next level stuff. And I would probably say, before Carve 'em Up, the one of the wildest things I've seen in terms of live OBS stuff was Addy Misk. Do you know Addy Misk?
Addy Misk?
He was
yeah, I think I remember that.
He does these dances. He calls it the I forgot the name, but
has he got like pink hair?
Yeah, it's him. Addy Misk.
He plays Grand Theft Auto. He does like a voice and stuff. Yeah. He does like Saul voice from Better Call Saul. I think he's like his character. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
He's a really amazing content creator. And I remember when I was still starting out, like way early days of PUBG, I was someone linked a video in chat. It was like, oh, check this out. At that time, Summit 1G hosted Addy Misk, and he did the whole raid dance, everything.
I think I'm so
sorry, I forgot what it was called. I'm such an idiot. I hate that I don't remember what it's called, the dance.
I do remember that particular video though.
Yeah, he did that whole dance, and I was watching. I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. And then one of my mods at that time went to Addy Misk's stream, and he was like, hey man, Ramen Style, this guy is a huge fan of yours stuff. And Addy Misk went on my stream while I was live. He followed and he was like, hey man, he got to know me. He was super nice. And then he asked if I wanted to duo with him in PUBG. And I was like, oh, of course, I would love to play duo with PUBG. So he played. He's super nice, man. Like he was one of my first ever huge inspirations in like growing the stream, because he still has a really amazing community. He's an amazing content creator. He does all those dances that you saw, that you remember.
Yeah.
And no, he was the first ever. And then I met Carve 'em Up. And the first time I saw Carve 'em Up, I was like, oh, this is like what Addy Musk is doing too. It's like all these buttons that do this and that. It's like super cool. Yeah. And then I met you, and then when I saw Addy Musk stuff, I always felt like, that's another level. I can't do that, man. And then I saw more people doing it, aka you and Carve 'em Up. And I was like, wait, this is actually a thing. Like, people are really, and that's when I started like appreciating it way more. The art to it, because I saw different styles. I saw Addy's style, I saw your style, Carve 'em Up style. It's all unique. It's all like same in a certain way, but it's all different and unique. And then you started slowly introducing me to it. So Defrag started slowly introducing me to like the little things, the zooms and all that. It's super basic stuff, nothing to like what you and Carve 'em Up and Addy was doing. And then it started blowing up. I started appreciating it because it's like, wait. It's kind of like my own thing too, in a way. It's like what you're saying. It's like the same tool in a sense.
Yeah.
It's not exactly
it's the same paintbrush,
just
used a different way. Just kind of, it does the same thing, but
exactly.
you can put your own spin on it.
Yeah.